Hi, Dr. Heather here from Wellspring Chiropractic Lifestyle Center. Today we're talking about strength and flexibility. Our strength actually requires flexibility. And there are clear parallels between our mental and our physical levels of flexibility because they actually have the same laws that apply to them. And when we master one of these, it actually helps us to master the other one. In order to have increased flexibility, it requires will, skill, and trust. When we start to move outside of our comfort zone, and by the way, people spend way too much time in their comfort zone, because when we move outside of our comfort zone, we have this peculiar sensation that starts to occur that is something like insecurity, and it's uncomfortable. But isn't that the point? When we start to feel that uncomfortableness, that's when we're being stretched. And when we enter from the comfort zone into the stretch zone, right, that's where something new starts to be experienced. And this is where we actually will start to increase our capacity. We develop new synapses, new connections that will actually allow us to adapt more readily and appropriately in the future. When we move beyond the stretch zone, now we're into the stress zone. And in the stress zone, this is a place where we do not want to spend much time. We want to get in and get out. But this is where the real growth occurs. If we go beyond that, we're now going to be entering the breakdown zone. And this is the no-go zone. And if we spend any amount of time here that is overloading, then we're going to have breakdown, whether that's on the mental level or the physical level. And then there's going to be a lot more recovery that's going to need to happen. On the other hand, if we underutilize ourselves, it can lead to both decay and rust or arthritic types of changes, whether that is in the brain or in the body, in the joints. So looking at that sequence, those concentric circles, will help you understand why you need will to move beyond the comfort zone. You need skill in order to recognize where you are and how to do it. And then you need to trust the process. So when you start to feel that discomfort, lean into it, exhale, relax, and experience that stretch that's happening in that moment. The vital behaviors for effective stretching are going to be in this order. Start with a warm-up, then do your practice, your exercise, and then stretch at the end. It's a vital behavior to do your stretching at the end of your workout. You never want to stretch a muscle that's cold, that's not been warmed up. So you always want to do it in that order. And then when you get to the stretching part at the end, you want to do it in a progressive way. So you want to stretch a little bit more each time. And even as that stretching session is occurring, you start out with a gentle stretch and then you go into it deeper and slowly and deeper, right? You don't jump right into a big stretch. So warming up, doing the workout, and then finishing up with a stretch is the key vital behavior for adding flexibility. And remember, your strength lies in your flexibility. You'll come out stronger, even if you're a little uncomfortable, a little sore, but isn't that the idea?